All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is Good Friday, and apparently I didn't get the memo that nobody works on Good Friday because the parking lot in our building is empty, and it's just me here. I'm actually taking care of some housekeeping stuff because we're moving. So before we move, I've thought about putting a video together about what we do. I get people that ask me what I do and how I make my money, so I'll give you a quick tour and talk about that a little bit. So this is my business, Total Debt Freedom. We've been here for about 5 years. Our lease is just about up and we're moving. So let's give you a quick look around before we get out of this space. Welcome to the lobby. Very briefly, I'll show you what we do for our clients so you have an idea. So we're a debt negotiation company. We help people with their credit card debt by settling. And this is an example of, I guess, the end product. I'm going to try to do this very carefully, if you can see that. But basically, we get settlements between creditors and the debtor, who's our client. This one here is $26,000. They paid out at $5,000, which means it's a 19% settlement. So that's basically all that we do is we work out deals. We haggle for people that owe credit card debt. Reception area. It's great to have these media pieces when you get featured in the news. This is our painted picture, which is basically a one-page plan on what the business is all about. You can Google just Total Debt Freedom painted picture and it should come up. We have a client meeting room here where we have private sit-downs. You'll start to see some stuff like this because we have to take the vinyls off the wall, but we had some cool quotes on here that are starting to come down. We've got moving boxes, so it's a bit of a shambles. Here's our floor. So it's about 6,000 square feet in total. We've got about a dozen or so people sitting in this area. We have a phone consultant team, which are basically debt consultants / salespeople. Stack of moving boxes that ended up here already from the moving people. Oh, can you imagine them all? Okay, so this is something that we put on here when we moved in. And basically, we had some big ideas of what we wanted to accomplish while we were in the space. And as we accomplished them, we stuck a big done stamp on it. So it's always good to have your big goals in writing. Make sure it's communicated quite clearly with everybody. Get an Alexa traffic ramp greater than the top bankruptcy provider in Canada. We did that. Okay. We called this a chill room, which is basically a room that we use for group interviews and just for semi-private meetings. I mean, it just has drawn curtains here, so it wasn't closed-door meetings. But on this wall, we had like company culture stuff, photographs from events and hiring sprees and parties and stuff. We used to use parties to hire people. Maybe I'll do a video on that later. And we'd hold group meetings in this room. We actually had beanbag chairs lined around here, but we're starting to pack up and, you know, shelves are coming down off the walls and stuff. It's a bit of a mess, but that was our chill out room. Metrics, got to track numbers, make sure what matters is tracked. You can only manage what you measure. Very important lesson and rule. Oh, these canvas pop things here. Let me show you this. This is actually a JPEG image, and we send it into a company called Canvas Pop. My buddy Adrian runs it, and they basically print these up and they mail them to you. So we had all of our staff pick, I guess, images that matter to them, and we sent them out, printed them up, kind of like warm up the space, make it feel more comfortable. Company culture is important, but you can't go too far. I'll probably put that on the roster of videos to make because I've made some mistakes there for sure. A little bit of insight for those of you that do not know me personally. There's a British flag, Greek flag, and Canadian flag, but I'm half British and half Greek, for those of you that don't know a little bit of insight into me. You'll see some of these around the office in the background where we've handwritten on the wall in Sharpie markers, just quotes and things that matter to us. It's our lunchroom / meeting room. Fairly large space. Over there you can see it's a chalkboard wall. We basically paint it with chalkboard paint we got from Home Depot. And I don't want to give away too much, but there's a schematic game plan of what our next business move looks like on there, so I won't show that in too much detail. That is our raving fan wall, and I put that up there when we moved into the space simply because I wanted to align everybody with what we're all about. If you can take care of your customer and they rave about what you do, they'll share that story with other people and it'll get around. So that's an important thing to remember, is you want to try to, you know, with every decision you make and everything you do, you're focusing on the customer because that's really all that matters. Now, there's a whole bunch of love notes on this thing around the raving fan wall, because when our clients would come in, we'd give them a Sharpie and ask them to write a note or say thank you, or whatever they wanted to, really. This guy wrote fear, stands for false expectations appear real. So there's all kinds of weird stuff on here. See if I can find one that's easily legible so you can read it. Stuff like that. Okay, so the wall's covered in them, but an interesting thing is like 97–98% of our business is done over the phone, fax, and email. So this is covered in probably about 100 or so love notes from clients over the years. So I'm not sure what to do with that. I wish I could take it with me to the new office. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them in your comments, in the comments below. But how do you take that wall with you? It's freaking gorgeous. We worked hard to get that up there. Anyway, so we hold meetings in here, and just in the back is, I guess, our storage area. We had a gym in here. It's gone now. But we used to have some of our staff that work out, and we got rid of all the gym equipment just because we don't have space for it in the new office. But that's always a cool thing to have if you have the space in your office. And of course, I would store my car here in the winter in the back. And one thing I got to work on today on Good Friday, while everybody's celebrating holidays, I still like to wrench on my car every once in a while, so I'm going to take the air filter off and clean it. So that's really the space. What I do for a living is I get people out of credit card debt. I employ people that do that. I also do some investing. And I'm working on a couple of new entrepreneurial ventures, which I'll reveal when the time is correct. And, oh, I didn't show you my space. This is an unused portion of the office right now. Just going to see if you can see that, but there's about 12.5 stations in here. And this is my office. And if you've ever seen any of the videos on my Total Debt Freedom channel, you'll recognize that wall there, because that's usually the backdrop for my videos. Little tip for your entrepreneurs: get 2 monitors. Definitely helps with productivity. That's it. If you have any questions for me, throw them in the comments below. I think I'm going to add to the roster company culture, at least that, and I'll do a video on that in the future. But I hope you're having a great long weekend. I know I got a ton of shit to do, so I'm going to get back to work, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.